FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr has criticized Kamala Harris' recent cameo on Saturday Night Live SNL, calling it a clear and blatant effort by the show to sidestep the FCC's equal time rule. This rule mandates that broadcast networks offer comparable airtime to opposing candidates if one receives coverage, intending to prevent partisan influence by networks in the lead-up to elections.
I wish I could talk to someone who's been in my shoes, a Black, South Asian woman running for president, preferably from the Bay Area. I don't really laugh like that, do I? A little bit. Now, Kamala, take my Pamela. The American people want to stop the chaos
and end the drama
with a cool new stepmamala. Kick back in our pajamas and watch a Kamala.
like Legally Blondula.
And start decorating for Christmas. Fa la 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 la. Because what do we always say? Keep Kamala and carry on a la.
In a statement posted on X, Carr expressed his concerns the purpose of the equal time rule is to prevent exactly this kind of biased and partisan behavior where a licensed broadcaster could use the public airwaves to promote a particular candidate just before an election. Carr's statement emphasized the need for networks to avoid unfairly swaying the public by favoring one candidate over another, particularly close to voting time. The FCC's equal time rule specifically requires that when airtime is granted to one candidate, similar time and placement opportunities must be extended to their competitors. According to the FCC, this doesn't mean identical programming must be offered, rather, it must be comparable in reach and significance. Additionally, broadcasters are not obligated to actively seek out other candidates to offer airtime. Candidates must formally request it if they wish to receive equivalent exposure. As of now, former President Donald Trump's campaign has not commented on whether they plan to request equal time following Harris' appearance on SNL. NBC has also not issued an official response, though sources suggest the network will follow any applicable FCC requirements if approached by other candidates. Notably, the equal time rule includes certain exemptions, particularly for news programs and news events coverage. Late-night talk shows have typically been included under this news exemption, shielding them from the rule's requirements. However, Saturday Night Live does not fall under this exemption, making it subject to the equal time regulations. For instance, when Trump hosted the show in 2015, NBC allocated airtime to several of his Republican primary competitors in upcoming primary states to comply with these rules. Carr, a Republican appointed to the FCC by then-President Donald Trump in 2017 and reappointed by President Joe Biden, contends that SNL may be attempting to circumvent these rules. In a follow-up post on X, he added, "With only days before the election, NBC appears to have structured this appearance in a way that skirts the FCC's requirements. What comparable time and placement can they offer all other qualified candidates?" Saturday Night Live's executive producer Lorne Michaels had previously stated in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter that the show had no intention of featuring either Harris or Trump before the upcoming election, suggesting that Harris' appearance might have been unplanned or the result of a last-minute change. Carr's comments underline the ongoing debate over media neutrality in the lead-up to elections, particularly on platforms with large audiences. The equal time rule has historically served to provide a level playing field for political candidates, especially in instances where network programming could potentially influence public opinion. As the election draws nearer, this scrutiny over Harris' appearance on SNL brings to light broader questions about media responsibility, regulatory oversight, and the balance between entertainment and political influence. The FCC's equal time rule remains a key policy intended to prevent broadcasters from using their platforms to favor particular candidates, reinforcing a fair electoral process. With the equal time rule in place, FCC officials like Carr continue to monitor broadcast networks to ensure compliance, while candidates and networks alike navigate these regulations carefully. How NBC, Carr, and the FCC proceed from here could set precedents for future election cycles, potentially impacting how politically charged content is handled by entertainment shows as well as traditional news programs.